This is Leon, and I want to talk about celebrating specific holidays, particular holidays. Doesn't really matter what holiday it is, but there's a thing called custom, where sometimes what happens is that custom or tradition takes precedence over, really understanding the background and the history behind certain holidays. So the holidays are celebrated based on custom and based on tradition. And I want to liken this to how we as human beings do the same thing from a psychological perspective, where think of the mind and all of the mental processes within it, such as thoughts, feelings, emotions, memories, stuff like that, that contributes to what is called the mind as a total entity. These things within us are tantamount, which means equal to holidays. If we look at it from the perspective of them being like analogies. And so if we look at this in the form of an analogy, it would be holidays is equal to celebration as thoughts, imaginations, the mind, stuff like that, etc., is equal to emotional reaction or reaction that creates our reactive mind. And so we see within this analogy, holidays is equal to celebration. These two, we celebrate holidays. And what do we do within our minds? We react to particular thoughts and particular, because the celebration is like a reaction when it's done from a point of custom and tradition, because we're just reacting to the commonality of what's been accepted, and so therefore not really having an understanding of what the holiday is about, why it exists, stuff like that. That's when we as human beings become robotic in nature. Robotic meaning that we're not making an actual decision, to do something, to celebrate something, but we're doing it because everybody else is doing it. That's the same with the mind. These thoughts, our memories, our imaginations, our fantasies, all our mental processes are like celebrated, meaning that we as human beings react to our own mental processes and not really understanding our relationship to it. But the reason that we react to it is because everyone else is doing it. So then it becomes a commonality, it becomes a tradition, and it's not something that is really understood. But it is something that is just accepted as who we are. The same as holidays, accepted as an extension of ourselves. But how can it but how can it in fact be an extension of ourselves from the perspective of, yes, it is an extension of ourselves because someone in the past created the holiday. Someone or a group of people created the holiday, but not an extension as an expression of ourselves, but only, an extension because it exists and it is celebrated, Same with our minds, you know. Our minds are not, it is an extension of ourselves because, you know, we contribute to its existence, but it is not an extension of ourselves from the perspective of using the mind as an extension of our expression. But what is the mind doing is the mind is actually creating and molding us, you know, like a potter, you know, and we are the clay, you know. But it's great when we can actually, in fact, turn that around and actually become the potter that molds ourselves, you know, that creates ourselves in every moment. You know, when a thought comes, not just blindly reacting to it, but actually understanding the background, the history. And if it is not something that can be understood from the perspective of knowing the precise and exact background and history and the date that it was created on, or the date that that thought emerged, then what we can do is, you know, understand our relationship to it at least. To get to know that part of ourselves that has just become a floating extension. Just a floating extension, you know. So that's all I wanted to talk about, just how, you know, holidays has become a custom, a tradition, but not really, you know, something that is understood, you know, and from that understanding, just you know, having an awareness of what the holiday is about, you know, because there's not much we can do to a holiday because the holiday exists. It's going to be there. It's not something that we can change on an individual level, but we can change who we are on an individual level within our minds. We do have that ability. We do have that power. Let's use that power and ability. Thank you.